Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Kat. So I am going to be answering a variety of questions that I received from my KGK Fit Sisters group, along with on my Instagram and on my Facebook. So let's get into it. First things first, how do I do this every time? How do I do Coffee with Kat and I forget my coffee every single time? Okay, now we can actually get into the questions. So the first question that I received was in regards to macros. So the question that I received was, should you be following that same macro recommendation on your rest day? And yes, you should be following that macro recommendation on your rest day. The reason for this is your muscles go through synthesis on your days off. So protein synthesis also happens on your rest days. So in order for your muscles to recover and for you to heal properly, you will need to follow that macro recommendation every day. Carbs and protein and fats do more than just provide you energy on your workout days. They definitely help your body recover. So absolutely follow those recommendations day in and day out, whether it's a rest day or not. Moving on, the other question that I received, do you have any resistance bands that you really like? What I had been using was the WODfitters. They're just like the really basic resistance bands, but I've recently put in an order for my first Slingshot, which is like the Rolls Royce of the resistance bands. It's about $35 for just the one band, but I've heard that they don't stretch out, and that's something that I've kind of seen happening with my WODfitters bands, but they were literally like $15. So I guess you kind of get with what you pay for with those. So like a really basic set of bands would probably work just fine. I feel like mine get a little bit more stretched out, like using them for clients and whatnot. So I received a question for target heart rate during weightlifting and during HIIT. So for heart rates, there's some really cool online calculators that you can use, because target heart rate will vary based on your age and your gender. So I know bodybuilding.com has like a really good basic calculator that you can enter in your age, and then there's a few different variations of that calculator, so you can kind of see personally what that should be for you, because it's kind of an objective question, so it depends on the person. Okay, so another question that I received is, how many days a week do you train, and do you think it's necessary to train more in order to see more results? So I personally do my own workouts 5 to 6 days a week. I generally train for about 35 to 45 minutes for my workouts. And what I like to do is I focus on quality, not necessarily quantity. I know that there's people that spend 2 hours in the gym and that works for them, but for me, I just go in and I try to stay moving the entire time. So when I'm doing my lifts, very similarly to the way that my gym guide is written, or my home self-led guides, there's always something active in between. So if I'm doing like bicep curls, usually it's followed right by after mountain climbers. Like I'm generally always doing some type of active rest. I 100% think it's possible to see incredible results doing 35 to 45 minutes a day. I think that if you're currently doing that and you feel like you're hitting a plateau, then maybe it's time to start looking at like the intensity that you're doing. Maybe it's time to up the weights or up the reps of what you're doing, but I don't necessarily think that more time is going to be more results. So if you're a beginner and you're looking to get into HIIT workouts or sprints or types of plyometrics, I think a really great place to start is with treadmill sprints. So say if you can find an incline treadmill, put the treadmill on as high of an incline as you possibly can, and then get the speed up as high as you can, maintain it for about a minute or two at a time. So you can put that high intensity balls out sprint as fast as you can for the 1 or 2 minutes, put the intensity of the treadmill back down, but keep the incline really high. And that's a really great way to keep your heart rate up and get like a nice high intensity interval type training. So I got another question about how, if you're following the KGK Booty Camp workouts, how do you incorporate that in with your other workouts? So for somebody who is a beginner, I would say just do the KGK Booty Camp on its own. There's no need to incorporate any other workouts. If you're like Ultimate KGK member, you can do KGK Boot Camp in addition to your KGK Fit Sisters monthly challenges, so those can be combined every single day. And then I also provide for my custom training clients total full body, full workout programs that you wouldn't need to do anything else in addition to it. So say if you've purchased that booty camp guide and you want to add that into your own workouts, you could do those exact workouts as they're laid out. If say the 1 or 2 or 3 rounds feels a little bit too light, you could do multiple rounds. Like you could go up to 5 or 6 rounds of that workout. You could also do those workouts say at the end of your lifts. So say if you're planning on doing like a heavy powerlifting day, you could do your heavy powerlifting day first and then do 1 round of one of the booty camps at the end. It's kind of like a HIIT cardio type burnout. If you have a specific muscle group that you're looking to see more progress on, for example, for me, I really wanted to focus on building up my booty. So now I do legs 3 times a week. I do 1 day of heavy lifting, 1 day of glute focused, and 1 day of like plyometric type jump training. And this, I've seen incredible strength gains, and I've also seen really great improvement overall in that area of my body. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to conclude this episode. I will be back at you with Workout Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the workout. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up.